the best.
Maybe work.
Let's have a recap. Does it work? Can you hear us?
Let us know when you can hear.
Let's know where you can hear. So back on that what?
Once again, Alex is
So you can hear us.
Oh, we're good now. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good.
We
So
didn't start yet, all right?
yeah, that's good. I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing.
anything at all.
I didn't say nothing. So,
Hello there.
Hello there. We're doing Star Wars. We're doing Star Wars this week. Yeah, that's it. We're just gonna talk about Star Wars and probably go for like 5 hours. Who knows? We've got our resident expert Hazel,
Yep.
who knows all about Star Wars.
No, every single thing.
She knows all the Star Wars.
Yep.
We've got Alex.
Which one?
Well, which one do I mean? Woo-hoo-hoo. You figure it out. We got Ginger Alex, and we got our good friend Alex.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And Bruce Green.
And Bruce Green. Yep.
So
We have Ginger
I'm
Alex
fine.
and Faceless Alex.
Mhm.
And then we obviously have Coon.
There you go. Me.
Unfortunately.
Your generous host. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I thought we could start off by talking about like the the new shows that have been announced, and then just see where it goes from there. And then like 14 hours later, we might come to an end, and yeah.
Longer and longer. You said 5 hours to start off with.
Well, maybe
Oh yeah, you get comfortable.
let's discuss Hazel's understanding before we
Yes.
throw in the deep.
To Hazel, to you, what is a Star War?
My brain is not coming up with a funny answer. Although to be fair, my first thought was pulsars and things like that, and galaxies merging and things like that. That could be a Star War.
Yeah.
The late heavy bombardment, that could technically be a Star War.
Accurate. Yeah, accurate. Don't think you can make 9 movies out of those though. Well, there's only 6.
Sure, of course.
And then of course we've got Alex, the faceless Alex, who doesn't know anything about Star Wars.
I know
Total
absolutely
Star Wars.
Right.
Nothing.
I hate
Nothing.
Star Wars. Hate it.
He hates it.
Yeah.
Hates it.
Absolutely hate it.
He prefers Star Trek.
Listen, I can't. Can I take the slander for so?
I think I don't know where that train of thought was going. I was going to say I think I know
Therefore,
less
you
about-
are.
less about Star Trek than I do about Star Wars, but that's kind of a given because I've never, apart from the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, I've never watched any Star Trek.
Let's just do a Star Trek podcast.
Yeah, let's just forget.
Can you do
forget
some-
it.
No, even less about
Alex,
that.
can you do some new
than it
graphics?
was.
Can you do some new graphics?
Oh
real quick?
yeah. The graphics that took me hours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Just we'll be back in 10 minutes. You'll have some new ones.
Oh no.
So, a lot of new shows got announced recently. 10 of them, right?
Yeah, it was 10. Plus the ones. that were really quick.
Plus the ones you already have. Yeah, true.
Blinded myself.
So, direct spin-off of The Mandalorian. Oh wait, no, it's 11, isn't it? Because the Book of
Pick a Boba.
Mormon?
Book of Mormon was announced. The Book of Boba was announced. We've got 11 now, don't we? 11
Well,
upcoming
I still
shows.
think it's 10 plus, and then you got a couple that.
So it's Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka, Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Bad Batch, Visions, Lando, The Acolyte, A Droid Story, and Rogue Squadron, which is 10 plus
you've also,
Book of Boba.
then you've also got the books as well.
With the
Oh, yeah, the
books,
High
we've
Republic.
got the Jar Jar Binks Detective Agency.
Based off of Detective Pikachu, because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
did so well, they decided.
Turns
to make
out,
Yeah.
turns out, Ryan Reynolds was Jar Jar Binks all along. I mean, there's some of these shows I'm really excited for. Others, like I'm not that excited for Andor or
Yeah, me neither.
like so that's a spin-off off of Rogue One, isn't it? Yeah. Didn't really care much for Rogue One.
Oh, I really like Rogue One.
I like Rogue One.
Sure.
I don't know. It didn't.
Okay, so Hazel,
Sure.
you know, let's just
Explain
go
to
through,
us what
from the
Rogue
beginning,
One is.
Right, so from the beginning, right, in a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago, there is episode 4, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you got episode 5 and 6, and then you go back to
Yep,
episode
yep.
1, right, and then
Yep.
episode 2, 3,
And then you stop.
And then there's a break.
stop, yeah,
And then you
for like
stop. And nobody
And
makes
then
any
10
more
years.
movies.
And then even further in the future.
You got Rogue One, and you got Solo, and you've got Rogue One, episode 7, Solo, episode 8.
There you go.
But that's not,
And the Clone
Story-
Wars fits in there somewhere.
and that's not story chronological. If that's
No,
the right
that's-
phrase,
It
Yeah,
is,
that's
right?
what-
That
Sorry, that's
film.
true.
That's film.
That's chronological.
that's film
It's
Film
film
release.
release
Film
chronological.
release. Yeah.
Because it's 1, 2,
Not
3.
timeline.
So it's 1, 2,
right.
Clone Wars 3. Let me see if I
Sort
can
of.
get this right.
Because Clone Wars and 3 sort of weave
Well,
together.
but I mean, I haven't seen the end of
I
Clone
haven't
Wars.
got there
so-
yet, Koo.
Well, let's just spoil everything then. And then we can talk about it.
I'm on season 6, so I'm nearly there. I
Nearly
started
there.
season 6 today.
Oh, it's gonna get good. It's gonna get real
So,
good.
hopefully Chris isn't watching this because some stuff happened, and I was
Ooh.
like, "Oh, it's just getting hype."
Don't
And
worry,
it
Chris
gets
isn't
even-
watching. I just checked.
It gets wait, excuse me. It gets better, dude. It only
Yeah.
like at the point where you go, oh my god, this has got really good. It just keeps getting better.
The end of series 5, season 5, series
Yes.
5. Like that whole arc, is it like that 3-episode arc? I'm pretty sure I guessed from the beginning, like when the person who does the thing is introduced, I'm like, oh, I'm fairly sure it's them that they're actually looking for.
Yeah.
These are not the
But-
droids you're looking for.
No, it wasn't a
Yeah.
droid.
Hazel, that was an
So,
reference.
do
You
we-
made that reference.
Do we
Oh,
do
wait,
spoilers
Chris is
here?
back.
Because
Who
that,
is
that
this?
do we do spoilers here? Because that will make talking about it a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for talking about spoilers, as long as it's not spoilers for me.
Yeah. As long as it's not spoilers for Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first.
But I
Hazel,
know it all, obviously.
Hazel, is these things called Jedi.
I'm the most expert.
Jedi
Yeah.
are like they're like knights, right? That follow
Of the Old
this is the
Republic?
Force.
Space-
Chris is here now.
No, Chris, don't stop listening. So when Jar Jar kills Dumbledore,
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, you sort of figure that out pretty quickly as you watch it, though, right, Alex? That what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Sure, like
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah, it's
obvious.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it is a kids' show, so they don't
Yeah.
want to make it.
Season 5 and
to-
season 6 really test that.
Hmm. I mean, there are some moments like I'm trying to think. I can't think of a moment specifically, but I remember watching it and I was thinking, "Wow, that's pretty brutal for a kids' show."
Yeah, there's just like a lot of death.
Mm.
But like a lot of stuff that just like it shows the first 2 seasons, it's definitely like a kid's show, and the quality isn't that great and the stories aren't that interesting. Like it's not great. But as you get into it, it reaches a point where not only does the story get better, but you also notice that like the actual like rendering and stuff gets a lot better. And that's when it gets really, really interesting. But that's like season 3 somewhere. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit to wade through first.
I skipped season 1.
Yeah. I mean,
I
you get
just
introduced to a bunch of characters, but yeah, I mean, you really don't need to.
yeah.
And then they didn't release them chronologically either. So you
Yeah,
get
I
Um,
think
introduced.
that was an annoying thing.
Yeah.
Having to sort of go between series to like find what episode I was supposed to be on.
Yeah, that was like I just watched it the way it is on Disney Plus, which just makes it incredibly confusing.
Yeah.
Um, and then having to go through a guide to get the episodes in the correct order, that's
Yeah.
just a mess.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, I mean, regardless of that, it's great.
I was just going to say, just looking off the poll, what's the most looked forward to out of the new Star Wars stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, so Hazel, Obi-Wan is a character.
There
I know.
God, that is
I
Ewan
know.
McGregor.
He's one of the few characters that I could name, and also Ewan
you go.
McGregor.
you go.
And everyone just he's so they call him Star Wars Jesus. He's actually people actually used him.
I've seen the memes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I bet you have.
yeah, I know that reference.
He is Jesus. He is
I
Jesus.
suppose
Ewan McGregor is
like Obi-Wan being Jesus, then does that make Anakin Judas?
Yes.
Anakin is kind of Jesus as well.
Yeah, I mean the famous Bible story of Jesus being thrown into a volcano, and being resurrected.
Having
What's
all his
resurrected?
limbs chopped off. I mean, I suppose he was nailed to a cross.
There you go, same guy.
Yep.
When Jesus went and killed all the younglings,
Yep.
that happened.
Yep.
Rachel's
Jesus,
already entered the prediction.
Jesus threw over a bunch of market stalls, and Anakin killed a bunch of kids. Same thing.
Hazel, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry.
Um, I mean, Obi-Wan.
Not wrong.
There's a lot of stuff that they could do with it. I was gonna say Ahsoka, but I'm not 100% sure on Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka.
I think she's fine. I would have preferred an animated show.
That I wasn't that impressed with her portrayal of Ahsoka in The Mandalorian. That spoiler? Yeah. I wasn't that impressed. I didn't. Yeah, she's a good actor.
The action in that episode though was great.
It's good.
Like when they get introduced with when they actually introduce Ahsoka right at the beginning of the episode, and she cuts through the tree and then like uses the force to throw the tree at one of the bad guys. I don't know, they're not stormtroopers, so
Just bad guys. That's just
Generic
generic
bad
bad guys. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't read as Ahsoka for me. Like it looked like her. It didn't feel like she was Ahsoka to me.
mm.
I didn't feel like she really like cut the character or something.
Well, they also
So-
said because wasn't her, I don't know what they call them, like
Yeah, the
Oh,
things.
I
Alex
know they're
knows.
called
like
Leiku.
almost
they're
like
called Leiku for,
ponytails, but not ponytails.
they're called Leiku for.
Right.
Yeah, but the top ones were like way too short.
Both of them were way too short. For Hazel.
Yeah, the front ones.
The
were
ones
really
with the
short.
black and white
So
stripy
hazel.
sort of hair with
yeah.
White,
Yeah,
and, white and
they're-
blue, but
Yeah, white and blue.
white and blue. Yeah.
And then, of
is,
course-
so, she is like one of the biggest characters in Star Wars, Hazel, right?
Okay.
oh yeah.
I know she's got a Sims skin as a
Does
base
she?
pack. Yeah. Sims
Nice.
4 as a base
Nice.
pack you can play her. Yeah. Along with Leia.
There you go.
So you know what a lightsaber is as well, Hazel?
I know what a lightsaber is. I also read an article recently that people have managed to essentially make the first lightsaber.
Yeah, it's
Well,
the
not
prototype.
really.
Ish.
hey, it's
Not
bad.
really. It's just a big blowtorch.
That's what a lightsaber is.
No.
It is.
No.
It's just
No, no,
shaped
no.
to it.
No.
So, and I'm glad that not glad, proud that I can say that I know it's a proto saber, not a lightsaber.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
So proto saber is a lightsaber that has an external battery.
Yep.
Basically.
And they have to wear it on their
Good to know.
hip.
Yep.
Can you imagine if they just had to bring around like a generator?
yeah.
Hold on, let me
Like
just boot
wheeling
it up.
generators around while
Build
they're
it.
fighting with a lightsaber.
Yeah, that'd be yeah. God, imagine.
Get one of those start things.
Is she the only character who canonically has white lightsabers?
yeah.
No,
She makes hers.
no. I was watching an episode of Clone Wars today, and I'll say it's the last episode in season 5, and one of the masters.
Oh, that old dude.
Yeah, it's the master who Ahsoka goes with when they're like looking for an assassin. I think I can't
It's the
remember.
dude with the cane.
Yeah, and he's like really slow. He has a white lightsaber.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
The way you make them. Purified Sith crystal.
Yep. And I was wondering whether they looked very similar to Asajj Ventress's lightsaber hilt.
They are.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
Have you not watched that episode?
They're not her hilts, are they?
Yeah.
Really? Because they look
Yeah.
similar, but not the
Hey,
same, do they?
She literally, Alex. So you finished season 5, right?
Yeah.
So Sarge Ventress is in those episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I know.
that's why I said, because
And
I was
the-
saying that they look similar to Asajj's, but they're more
No.
square than they are.
Yeah, like the shape is similar, but that's it.
she
They-
says that in the episode. She says that her lightsabers.
No, but they're taken by the person who frames.
Yeah, from
Okay.
Sarge.
Yeah, but they just look different. Like Asajj's hilts are very different than Ahsoka's.
Yeah, Ahsoka doesn't use. Wait, Alex, which hilts are you talking?
What are
about?
you saying?
I'm talking about the white lightsaber,
Yeah, they're
that
completely
Ahsoka
different
has.
ones. They are
The
completely
hilt
different.
looked kind of similar to Asajj's, but they weren't exactly the same.
Yeah, they're just random hilts that she.
Because a red lightsaber is when a lightsaber gets corrupted, and then a white lightsaber is when they reverse the corruption of a red lightsaber.
What
So
about
where
the
does a
yellow one?
dark saber come from?
No one knows.
Interesting.
There's only one of his.
Right. Was that
Um,
something that was in Legends and then they removed it in canon?
Well, it was like Mandalore the Great. He made it because he was the only Mandalorian Jedi, and he
Right.
made it to fight the Jedi. But yeah, I don't think anybody knows how it was made. And that's a whole other thing. Like that whole like dark saber and like who is the true owner, and like you either have to like fight someone to win it, but then in other parts in shows they just sort of yoink it and now it's theirs, and it's
Yeah.
a bit vague what the rules there are for that thing. But so what about like other colors? Are they just natural, like the purple and orange and yellow and
No, so
Yeah.
I remember hearing that the purple was somebody who sort of like finds a balance between dark and light. So like with Mace Windu, he uses dark side techniques in his fighting.
Yeah.
So he invented a fighting style, which yeah.
Mhm.
Right, but does that does that mean he started off with a blue lightsaber and it slowly went purple? And what about a corrupted? Because you said it's like a red lightsaber is a corrupted lightsaber, right? Does it slowly corrupt?
No, it's like a thing that they have to do willingly.
Right.
Good. I've spent a lot of time looking at Star Wars lore recently. So there's like Anakin, he like has a dream about oh no, he's like when Anakin becomes Darth Vader, he tries to corrupt his lightsaber crystal, and then he like
Right.
almost succeeds in doing it and then gets thrown against the wall. And then when he wakes up, he's Anakin again.
Oh, neat.
And then it turns out it was a dream the whole time type thing. And
Right.
it turns out he was actually, and then he's like, I know, I don't want that fate to happen. So he becomes Darth Vader, something along those lines. I can't remember
Mm.
exactly.
It's vague. It's vague. But then what about the purple one?
So I think it's kind of one of those things where you can just kind of change your lightsaber.
Wasn't
I'm
it?
pretty sure.
Use the
So
Force?
I think that he just naturally has purple as his.
Yeah, because it's
And
like
then
the crystal chooses you, and you
Yeah.
didn't choose the crystal, sort of thing, like Harry Potter wand thing.
Mhm.
Hazel, that's a good point of reference for you. The Harry Potter wand.
Okay.
You know, like a core, like a crystal, like a wand
Yes.
core.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Except for
And the
in
hilt is the wand. Is the wood and.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the hilt is just you just make that. It's like a rite of passage to like make it.
That was just Harry Potter and
Yep.
Because didn't
Yep.
Obi-Wan originally have a green lightsaber when he was a Padawan?
no, he's a blue one.
I
He
swear
uses
somebody is.
Qui-Gon's in green one at the end.
Now Ezra, he does change colors.
Yeah, he does.
He goes from blue to green, which I hate that. They do it
They're
so many
really
times where
pain.
someone gets different lightsabers and they don't talk about it. It happens to Ahsoka. It happens to Ezra. Even to spoilers, I guess. Even to Maul. He just gets a new hilt.
Yeah.
It's
Max isn't
the-
on there yet.
that-
yeah, he knew.
No. Well, I haven't got to his new double lightsaber,
Yeah.
but because like Savage gives Maul just like a random red lightsaber. It was like, well, where did you get that from?
Didn't he just get
Yeah, you're
probably
right.
from
Well, he could just killed a couple Jedi and corrupted them.
yeah, or he just would have
But-
gotten it from Dooku, right?
But it makes it
So
out
Savage
from, like,
is Maul's half brother,
yeah.
They're
right?
just called brothers.
They're just brothers, and then Dooku goes to the planet where Maul is from to get a new apprentice, and that's Savage. But his Savage gets all like weird and corrupted by his witch moms.
And then there's Asajj, who teams up with Savage
Yeah, yeah.
to try and kill Dooku, and then Savage kind of just like freaks out and goes, "No, I'm going to be by myself." And then he goes back to like the witch mum, and the witch mum goes, "Oh, by the way, you've got a brother." And then he's like, "I will go find my brother."
Yeah.
And he goes and finds his brother, and then they team up, and then
After he gets rid of his brother's spider body,
yep,
because his brother's now is half
Star
spider.
Wars is such a
Mhm.
weird franchise. It doesn't make any sense, but it's good.
but that's the thing, because like when I started watching Clone Wars, I had no idea about any of this like
Oh yeah,
witchcraft stuff.
and there's like
And, yeah,
just imagine how much stuff they made non-canon, because this is the fucking tip of the iceberg. There's like
No.
this whole like dark net of lore that's it's like below the surface.
So, I
Um,
didn't realize. I guess it kind of makes sense. But there's witches in Star Wars.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's like-
the witches use Sith magic.
There's like the Force, but then apart from the Force, there's also just magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So the way Force is explained, this thing that just exists in everyone. But there's also another kind of Force where you go when you die. People can use it. Explanation. That's...
But you
So-
have to have the weird things in your blood to be able to use the
Oh,
Force.
we don't. Oh, Hazel.
Yeah,
All these
cool.
things for you to
Sorry.
know.
Didn't they-
All the
didn't
things
they-
for you to know. Know that.
Didn't
I
they?
like-
Didn't they mention that? Wasn't there a reference to that in the Mandalorian?
Yeah, they
was,
say
they-
they say M count.
Yeah, I loved it. I
Oh,
loved it.
hate it.
I knew. I heard that. I thought so many people are going to be so fucking pissed off.
To be honest, I
It's
kind
so
of
great.
I understand people's frustration behind it because it should just be like
It's like a retcon thing. And
you should just get like your innate ability to have a connection with the Force. But then I kind of understand the midichlorians thing because it's like
So do
if there's
I.
more of it in your blood, it means you do have a stronger connection to the
Yeah.
to the Force, and it will also explain why certain species have an innate ability to be have a stronger connection to the Force, like the Dath,
Don't
Dath, Dath,
Dathomir.
Dathom- Dathomirians. I don't know how you pronounce
I
it.
think they're just called Zabrex, and then there's Dathomir
Sabrakians, right? Sabrax.
Zabrex.
Oh, I
It-
thought Dathomirians and Zabrax were two different species.
No,
so
they're
the males
so
that live on Dathomir, subspecies of the,
Right,
but they are still just
right.
yeah. I guess Dathomirians aren't really that's not really a species, more like a nationality or something. Because that's just the planet they're from. But then you get that a lot. See, that's something that doesn't make sense. Is where species are named after their planets.
Yeah.
It's not like we're from the planet human, right? Like
well, but we
Yeah.
we could be called Terrans.
I guess, but that wouldn't be species though, because then dogs would be
Terran
Terrans.
sounds cooler than humans. I think we should
Also,
call Terran.
Hmm.
humans don't have a home world in Star Wars, do they?
Well, it's because they're so old. They just they just exist everywhere.
Huh.
And then the other thing that I found out reading the Light of the Jedi book is the fact that I just assumed Coruscant is one of those planets that's just always been covered in city, and then they were like, oh, millennia ago when when the planet wasn't covered in the city, and I was like, oh yeah, I suppose that makes sense that it wouldn't have always been covered
Mm,
in just one massive city. Um,
I think
yeah.
the one thing that kind of sucks about they're all one biome.
Yeah.
So you've
Mm.
got desert planet,
Yeah.
which is
desert planet.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because it doesn't.
But
Yeah,
then, I mean, doesn't it though?
There's, yeah. Here's me bringing actual knowledge that I know.
There you go.
This is why I'm here.
Yes.
it's science.
Yeah, no, quite a lot of the exoplanets that we found are all one biome because they're either too far away from their suns to like have multiple, or they'll be in layers. So like various moons, like Titan it's a layer of water and it's covered by ice. So it's an ice moon. It's got a couple of like extra little bits, but yeah, most exoplanets are
Hoth could
just the
exist.
one biome.
Hmm.
Earth
you
is
go.
weird.
Earth's weird.
Earth
Oh
is
yeah, because
very
if you think
weird.
about it, Mars is
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's
Mars
just
is
a desert
one.
planet.
Venus
Although at
is
one
one.
stage Mars did have water, so
It did. It still does technically, just not. It used to have flowing water. It's now got permafrost in places.
There you go. So Mars is an ice planet. There you go. Mars is Hoth.
Not quite, but
Mm.
there is a planet that has been nicknamed after Tatooine
Oh,
because it goes around. It's been
Has
found
two
to orbit
stars.
around two stars, and it's got a similar
Awesome.
climate as well.
also has moisture farmers on it, coincidentally, who drink blue milk.
Oh,
So that's
so what that blue milk thing that Luke has
It's-
in the films that don't exist.
no, there's a green. That's green milk, right? Added another layer to it.
Right.
why do they need so many colors of milk?
Species, different milk.
Different
Hazel,
species, different milk.
there are weird things that produced green milk that get drunken straight from the
Like actual green milk, and
actual green milk.
not our green milk that are green topped milk.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
green milk?
green top milk. Yeah, just have semi-skinned in Star Wars.
Why? Wait, I'm
So-
sorry. I'm
We were
learning.
talking
Oh,
about
right,
blue
okay.
milk and green milk, and I was like, oh yeah, don't forget about the red tops and the orange tops.
What color?
So,
What color is your
I don't- I-
semi-skinned?
Yeah. So here in the UK,
It's just white, isn't it?
no, as in okay. So here in the
actual
UK,
milk.
there's
Derailed this
all the milk is of course all white,
Right.
hmm
depending on what milk it is, so whether it's full fat, semi-skimmed, or whatever, there's a
Right,
different color
okay.
cap. So
Right.
semi-skimmed is green, full fat is blue.
hmm
I think. What's red?
Yep, that's like 1%.
1% fat.
Basically water.
So they're just different shades of blue generally here. So you get like dark blue is like full fat, and then semi-skilled is light blue. But then red is I don't what is this the milk podcast now? God, what's the translate
Rachel, I did see it. Rachel, it's
Translate.
awesome.
buttermilk?
Like he just has a
Buttermilk?
little picture of him outside the station.
Yeah, finally got those power converters that his uncle asked for 40 years ago.
Mate, his uncle was dead and burnt. And
I have a question.
hmm
So
I
double
might have an answer.
hilted lightsabers.
Yes.
There's a whole thing about like Jedi not using them because it causes too much destruction, and a Jedi shouldn't have to blah blah blah. And then that's why only the temple guards use them, the lightsaber staffs, because they need to defend. Then you go to Jedi Fallen Order, 2 dudes use double lightsabers, and they're both Jedi.
I prefer Jedi Fallen Orders. Everyone has their own color. Everyone has whatever they want to use.
Same, I agree. But that's to do this whole thing about like not wanting to use double-sided lightsabers because of their whole like we're Jedi and we're keepers of the peace and we don't need to cause that much destruction. And then
I don't understand why more of the double-ended lightsabers can separate.
because you got
What do you
you
mean?
got
Like, can Maul's lightsaber separate into
It can
two?
be. It can't separate. It can be cut into half.
fair.
So yeah, but to me, it seems like it's a more versatile thing to have a lightsaber that can either be 2 lightsabers or one. Like,
Together, yeah. Like so,
Yeah.
like
I guess you'd
Nightwing
need
is
I guess you'd need 2 crystals instead of one,
Maul's
right?
does have 2 crystals.
Does he?
See, I thought, perhaps wrongly, perhaps it happened somewhere. I know a little bit. Because there's something to do. Is it raised that's got like the little side bits as well? That if the lightsaber was more than just like the normal one, it was because it was broken.
Those films were never released though, so no, it was what's his
Episode
name?
7 was alright.
It was the Moody boy. What's his name? The
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's a fence though. There's
some
just
bits.
fence because it's too powerful. It's too cracked.
Just 'cause,
Yeah, it's like
I thought more than one was was that something was broken or
Yeah,
Something
so
yeah,
wrong.
because his lightsaber isn't like nice and neat. It's all like flary and stuff. Because it's not. It's like filled with rage, and he's very angsty, and that's why it looks like that. I guess. Is that the reason? Is that what they said?
yeah, they're
know.
like angsty. You know, he's an angry boy.
He's
They don't
listened
know,
to.
they don't
he's
know
listened-
their own lore. That's what
Yeah.
the
No,
he listened to too much Space Blink 182, and then he got upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they add on to stuff, and then like they add on to stuff that's already been explained, and then you get separate explanations, and then Disney says this isn't canon anymore, but then they add on to stuff that they did say was canon, and it's a mess. There's a
I-
lot of content there,
I
right?
just
It's difficult to-
kind of wish they could retcon some stuff.
Yaddle to be in more films.
just some
retcon new
stuff.
stuff.
Retcon. Just leave the original trilogy and then retcon everything else.
Don't you fucking dare. The prequels
you know what?
are the best movies.
I mean, retcon some of the stuff in the prequels.
But the thing is, the movies are the least interesting out of all of the content that exists. Like,
Yeah,
out of everything that they've made, the movies are just not interesting. Like it's just a
Chris.
bunch of it's just a bunch of space politics and like uninteresting stuff. And then you go look at the shows and
know
the series and the books and the games, and it's all interesting. And there's like this rich lore and there's all this special cool stuff. It's just so the movies are just so vanilla.
I agree with
Mm.
Chris. Leave the prequels. Retcon everything.
Yes, yes, we need
Sure.
more Gungans.
You're right. All right, Gungans should be center stage. They should be all Jedi.
Boss Nass should be a Jedi.
No, we should have had
Boss
the
Nass.
Darth Jar Jar theory.
Great
should-
Bosch Nass impression. Right?
I can't remember.
Uh-huh.
What's
Boss
that?
Nass, is Boss Nass the
The one
leader
who
of the
does like
Gungans?
yeah, he's the one who like rubs his face like.
Yeah,
President Nixon of the Gungans.
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Gungan Nixon.
Yes,
He
Rach.
is he
Make
is a
sure-
crook.
Keep Ewan and keep bloody Liam Neeson.
Hayden.
Yeah.
Keep Hayden.
Hayden can
As,
stay as
as
well.
long as we keep you,
Hayden is
Ewan
coming back.
McGregor. Ewan McGregor.
Hayden is coming back though.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
That's another reason to be excited for fucking Obi-Wan. Hayden's back. Hayden
That's Darth
Christensen.
Vader.
So yeah, is he gonna be like young Darth Vader? Is that what's going to happen? What do we
Are
think?
they going to have they're going to find like an impressionist to do a young James Earl Jones?
Yeah.
I think they already do use an impressionist.
Yeah, he
might be
didn't
too
he didn't
old.
sound right in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. What about the actor who actually, like the physical actor who played?
Yes.
Yeah, he
Well,
died.
there you go.
He died
Died
like
like 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Oh. Wait, so would they put Hayden Christensen in the?
He was
Darth
in the
Vader-
suit.
in the
He
Vader
was in the
suit.
suit in episode 3.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Was he in the suit in Clone Wars? Sorry. So I mean, wouldn't it make sense to have Ahsoka and Obi-Wan as well then? During that first bit, because it's
Doesn't
just
know
it's just a question. It's just a question of when it's set, I guess,
he
isn't
doesn't
it?
know that Obi-Wan's alive.
Right. Right. She wouldn't. Would
And
she?
by the time we see her in Mandalorian, Obi-Wan isn't alive anymore.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's the book. So there's the Ahsoka book that takes place in between 3 and 4, or 3 and Rebels.
Between 3 and Rebels. Right.
So Rebels is between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
It's like
4
it's like
years
before the rebellion like is like a big thing,
formed,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like because doesn't what's her name like design the logo? The Mandalorian girl.
Yeah.
She like
Bo-Katan?
designs the
It's from
no, it's
Sabine. Her
name's
name's Sabine Wren.
Sabine, yeah, Sabine Wren from the House of Wren, not
Not Sa-
associated,
not
not Kylo
Sabine-
Ren.
the not the Sabine that Obi-Wan is like in love with.
That's Satine.
Yeah.
Ah,
Sabine is
there's too many names that are really similar.
yeah. She like paints everything. She like spray paints on everything, and she designs. I think
Right.
inadvertently designs the logo for the rebellion. She has the
Right.
dark saber for a little bit. Big spoiler. Which is one of those weird things where they start off by going like, yeah, you just have it now, and then later on, like a few episodes later, it's like, wait, no, you need to fight somewhere for that. You can't just have that. But then the dude who she fights it for isn't the dude who had it beforehand, because that was Maul. Oh, that's also a big spoiler.
Right for Chris. Alex has got.
Yeah,
No, fair enough.
rip Chris.
Rip Chris. You know.
What I'm
Wait, look.
understanding is the dark saber is like the Elder Wand.
Yes,
It-
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It
Sort of.
doesn't
More
really
Harry
hold any
Potter parallels.
special.
Yeah.
Doesn't hold any special abilities.
It does hold the ability to like rule over Mandalore, sort of.
Yeah. I suppose.
Technically, you're the like king or queen of Mandalore if you.
It gives you a
if you-
right. It doesn't. It's not even like the full-on thing.
It gives you,
Chris, you
like-
dodged a spoiler. Don't worry, buddy. It just gives you like access to the throne
Yeah.
of Mandalore.
Yeah, it gives you some say. Like people will look
Good.
look at you and think like, we might follow that person.
Yeah.
Fuck the fucking Maul Mandalorian armor. That was fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. I think there should be more of that. That looked cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there definitely should. There should be less of the stormtrooper Mandalorian armor because that's fucking dumb.
Stupid. You're right.
That's just, oh my god, they did this weird mix of stormtrooper and Mandalorian, and it just looks bad.
I don't think I've seen that.
You
It's
haven't-
in
yeah,
Rebels.
It's in Rebels.
You've seen one of the dudes who wears it. I think.
Yeah. Maul's head commander, dude.
Yeah.
He's,
You like
Right.
he's in Rebels.
Yeah, he like he goes to the Empire, and then he turns to this weird Mandalorian stormtrooper, and it's dumb. Dumb.
Can we talk about Beskar?
Can we talk about
So
Beskar?
Hazel,
Talk about
Beskar, Star Wars universe.
See, there's cars, and then there's the best car.
Like Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, like Lemon Creek.
It's really
Wait,
important. Lightning McQueen is an important character in The Mandalorian. Only in this movie, in this series, he is actually a DeLorean.
Right.
That's where the show gets its name from. DeLorean is the best car. Man, DeLorean is the best car. So, you wanted to talk about...
Jesus Christ.
Magical property.
I'm stuck in my house. This is what happens when you lock me in my house. Sorry. Go on.
Hazel.
Hello.
Magical metal. Beskar.
It's not magical.
You know what? It's pretty magical.
It's not magical.
It blocks
It's not mag-
lightsabers.
It's
right?
just
It
good.
blocks
It's just
lightsabers.
good. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just super useful, and you make armor of it, and it protects you somehow. From
Isn't it
deathly,
technically? Isn't it so? And only the Mandalorians have it, or something?
Yeah, it's only a Mandalore.
It's only on Mandalore.
Yeah.
So tell me something.
Hmm?
Is it non-canon? It might be non-canon, but didn't Mandalore get like blown up? At some point, or was that like
in
a?
Legends.
Was that a KOTOR thing?
So it's a KOTOR.
Right.
So
So
you got
in
Malachor
Knights-
5 and
KOTOR,
Yeah,
Knights of the
yeah.
Old Republic.
Knights of the
or
Old Republic, great game, best game.
Beskar.
Yeah,
Come
there's
on, bud.
Mandalorians in there, and like their planet gets destroyed by Revan or something. Was it? Or was it
No,
just by the
they
Jedi?
destroy
Was
it.
it the
They
Jedi,
destroy
or
it. Mandalorian Wars destroyed.
did they? Or was it? Wasn't it? Who ate a planet?
That is the main villain from.
KOTOR 2, isn't it?
No, from. So it's the Emperor in KOTOR 2, but you don't see him. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
you do.
you see
Yeah, you do.
Nihilus. You
He's
see
the main bad
Nihilus.
guy.
Yeah,
Nihilus,
but he's not. He's not the. He's not the Emperor at the time.
I thought
The
it was
Emperor
like Darth
from-
Bane.
The Emperor from the Old Republic, he is Emperor at the time. He's like 1,000 years old.
Hmm.
He just switches bodies. And
Yeah, there's a dude who switches bodies and eats planets, and it's not lore. It's not technically canon anymore.
no,
Wait,
but
the Emperor is in Palpatine.
not the Emperor. The Emperor, just an Emperor.
An
Right.
emperor. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he has Horcruxes, which is kind of weird.
another Harry Potter
Mhm.
tie-in. It's just there's
So-
only one story and people keep reskinning it.
So if I just start talking Harry Potter in vague space
Oh,
terms, I would get
yeah.
it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
try it
Cool.
now.
I didn't know.
So
There's-
Put you on the spot.
Luke lives
There's somebody with
in-
a special who's got like the special destiny who's supposed to be the hero of the world, and they go
Yeah.
about and they save the
Anakin.
save from an empty villain, an empty villain, a deadly villain.
Anakin.
Just add in the middle, he becomes evil,
Yeah.
kills everyone
Right.
else. Then he
So,
saves everyone.
I
at the
mean,
end.
He has an identity crisis, and then there's a little time period where he's trying to figure out who he really is, and then at some point he then figures out who he really is, and then continues on to fulfill his destiny.
technically
Exactly.
Anakin, yes.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
does fulfill his destiny. He does bring balance to the Force.
unless you accept that episode 9 exists and then it gets retconned.
Yeah. Fucking
So-
episode nine.
Why don't we run Hazel through? Why would the Jedi suck?
Why the
Could you
Jedi
not-
suck.
Could you? Yeah, the Jedi are just terrible. They're hypocrites, and
Pompous.
yeah, and they
Yep.
just make the worst decisions.
The best
They're
Jedi,
the Jedi are the true evil in the galaxy.
They have power and they use it.
the best Jedi was Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, I agree.
I recognize that name. Don't know anything
He's
about
Liam
it.
Neeson. That's Liam Neeson.
He's like one of
Okay.
the higher up Jedi in the council who's like
I don't think he was.
he wasn't in the council,
Yeah, he wasn't.
but he's one of the
No.
higher up. He's one of the higher up Jedi who's like, I don't completely trust the council. Like he didn't always listen to them, right? He wasn't.
No.
He wasn't like. It wasn't like
Basically,
he thinks that's
Obi-Wan was like way into the council.
Yep.
and then Qui-Gon
Basically,
wasn't.
like one of the reasons why Anakin kind of turned to evil was because he saw a vision of Padme, who is ends up being his wife, dying.
Mhm.
And they say, and he basically gets teased by the Emperor, who's a Sith, saying, "Oh, the dark side of the Force will allow you to save her from dying." And the Jedi.
Have you ever
will-
heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis?
Yeah. And the Jedi were all like, "Oh, the Jedi is supposed to be celibate." So, and
Yeah.
Anakin had a wife and had 2 kids with that wife. But Qui-Gon Jinn would have basically let Anakin have a wife, and then he gets killed.
Yeah, he gets deaded.
And then instead of Qui-Gon Jinn being his father figure, the Emperor ends up being his father figure.
What about Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan though, 'cause, like-
Obi-Wan's more like Obi-Wan even says, "You were like a brother to me."
right? Yeah, I suppose. If only if Obi-Wan, because he definitely fucking knew what was going on. Like they really hint at it. Like they never explicitly say it, but like they always.
Clone Wars definitely says
Clone Wars definitely. It doesn't explicitly say it, but like it gets as close to explicitly saying it that Obi-Wan
Like
knows what's going on.
Ahsoka basically says it at the end of season 6.
Yeah,
No, 5.
yeah, right. And like if they would have just been like upfront about it and be like, instead of
Exactly,
like
it's all Maul's fault.
it is all Maul's fault. Yeah,
That's why it's called the Duel of Fates.
there you go. There you go.
Oh,
She knew a thing. She
Another
knew a
thing.
thing.
That's also coincidentally that's also the sound that you make once you discover ancient ruins in Civilization 5.
but I don't even know what to say to that. If I'm honest,
Well, we had a good run. This was fun. On to the Civ podcast. Yeah, it's so good and it's so intricate and there's so much going on. You can like really get into it and like really figure out what's going on. Then the fucking sequel trilogy happens and it's just a hot fucking mess of like nothing.
as well.
I still
Yeah, but-
maintain that there's nothing offensive about episode 7.
There isn't, but it's safe.
Yeah. My biggest gripe with Star Wars is the fact that they have this awesome world, and then they just go, don't really want to do anything exciting in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they choose the sort of the most boring, uninteresting time in the whole Star Wars history to focus all of their like main big mainstream content on, which is like the movies. And it's just either do more stuff during like the Clone Wars or go like really way back in time, or just do something completely different. It's just they want to play it safe and they want to do something that people are going to recognize, right? So they're going to have to be stormtroopers in there, and there's going to have to be like the dark side, as in like Palpatine and stuff. That
Yeah.
has to come back. But then, even if you're going to do that, do it right. Make sure you're going to make a trilogy that's an actual trilogy and not just 3 movies that come out close to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
don't have someone write a script. They go to the second movie and say, "Nah, I don't like that. Snoke, nah, don't care." Next,
Yeah.
right? Like, make it a fucking
I
trilogy.
think the big problem was the fact that they gave it to 3 different directors.
Yeah. That's my
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna do like, I know people are very well. It's very decisive of what Ryan Johnson did for Episode 8, but at least they're giving. Are they still giving him a full trilogy?
Yeah.
See, but that's good. Like that's good. That's what you need.
Is Taika Waititi getting a film as well?
He's getting a film as well. Thankfully. Yeah, I agree, Rachel. They definitely absolutely trash on everything that happened in episode 6. Like Luke's
Yeah.
sacrifice, or like everything
Yeah.
about that film is just.
It's just not.
Should have been the other way around. Should have been Leia that sacrifices, and then Luke.
Yeah, especially since she died in real life.
Yeah.
No.
I think it would be better if she.
Yeah, it's this. It just feels like they didn't really respect everything that came before them. They were just like a lot of those movies felt like they wanted to make it their own thing.
Hmm.
Like, I'm going to prove that I can make something cool out of this instead of going, this is what there is. Let's work with that. No, I'm
Yeah.
going to make something. I'm going to make up all this stuff, retcon all this stuff. It's going to be my thing, and that's where I think that's where it went wrong. And then they all did that. So and then the next guy came along, was like, yeah, but fuck you, I'm going to do my own thing. And then the next guy came along, was like, fuck you, I'm going to do my own thing.
I like that bit with is it in episode 9 where Ray holds up that like picks up that dagger and goes something along the lines of, this dagger killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just like she's
she's
holding
like
the
Anakin's-
youngling slayer 3000.
Yeah.
It's just like Anakin's lightsaber that he slaughtered all the Jedi with, and it's just like, nope, don't feel a thing with this.
Now, there's a lot of stuff in episode 9 as well that if they would have just moved that up front and then sort of like, I get that you want to like they end off the whole thing with like Rey making her own lightsaber, right? If they would have just like moved that up a bit sooner, like have her actually train and stuff,
Yeah.
like
Instead of just
actually
running
give
through
her-
the trees for about 2 minutes. At the
yeah,
beginning of the film.
right, and then
You know what sucks most about episode 9? The Emperor's Return is in Fortnite, not in the.
What, in Fortnite?
It's in
Fortnite.
Fortnite. So they broadcast. So you know, at the beginning, it says message has been sent out to the galaxy about the Emperor's Return. That
Yeah,
message is broadcast only in Fortnite.
Really?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
And then the beginning of the movie is, oh, he's come back with Sith magic.
Wait, with Sith magic?
Yeah, that's what Dominic Monaghan's.
Didn't he have like a clone or something?
So he says Sith magic and he says Sith sorcery, clone technique.
Technology.
Right.
Which I do find a bit strange. It's just like, how do they have all of these clones in the Clone Wars, and then all of a sudden they just lost the ability to clone people?
Yeah, that's a bit of a. I mean,
Or did
suspension of
Kamino-
disbelief.
Did Camino get destroyed or something? And were the only
They
people that have
destroy
the tech?
Kamino.
Right.
The Sith.
No, well, Empire.
The Empire, right? Do they?
Yeah.
When?
Some point during episode 3 and 4. They
Hmm.
destroy. They take over and get rid of the Kaminoan.
Yeah. What was the reason why they? Because they like decided to stop doing clones, right?
Yeah, it's
Why?
never really explained massively.
Yeah.
They just didn't want clones anymore for some reason.
Yeah,
Instead
they just phased them out. So.
instead they got people that can become traitors like Finn.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
clones.
From
Well, they're not
2187.
clones. They adopt their
clones
kidnapped
can
children.
also become traitors. That's all I'm gonna say.
No spoilers.
No
I mean,
spoilers.
I know about Rex.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's one. There's
that
more.
it's more of like a traitor to clones.
No, yeah. Well, it's a you'll figure it out.
Complicated.
You'll find out. It's complicated.
Hazel,
Surgery
why,
involved.
after hearing all this and this lovely, lovely lore, why have you
Mhm.
never bothered to watch Star Wars?
Yeah. How dare you?
I'm gonna blame my brother because he was the one, he used to watch it, but he never used to watch it in order or a whole film all the way through. He'd jump between, so it just never made sense to me as a younger child.
Hmm.
So it just
As a
went
young
totally
man.
over my head, and I've never bothered with it since.
Hmm.
Because technically,
Fair.
I think I've seen the first 6 films, just not as a film or in the right order.
Yeah.
The whole film all in one.
So I would say that I've always had like a background interest in Star Wars up until watching The Mandalorian, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh my god, this stuff's awesome. It's like I like lightsabers and the blasters, and
Yeah.
I played the ever loving shit out of the original Battlefront 2.
Oh yes.
Uh,
Yes.
That was like probably my most played game ever. I just didn't know anything about the lore and stuff until like a month ago, and the last episode of The Mandalorian came out, and I was like, I'm just gonna
Holy
sort of
shit.
drown myself in Star Wars stuff now, to the point where I'm actually dreaming about Star Wars.
Wow.
There's you get into Star Wars, and then there's one point where you're like, I need more Star Wars,
Yeah,
and that feeling never goes away.
yeah.
It's like crack.
It's got to the
like
point now
crack
where
cocaine.
me and Alex are like, let's make our own Star Wars film.
Yeah.
That's like half our DM.
Yeah,
Oh, here's this. Ooh.
I had this idea for a cool scene in a Star Wars film.
Yeah.
It was
Good
like
luck- Good luck with
the other
Disney
day.
players.
The other day, I had this idea for a scene in to do in a film, and I had it at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, oh, I should message Alex about this before I forget about it. And I was like, oh no, it's cool enough for me to remember. I'll like remember in the morning. I'll send it over. And then I forgot about it. And as I was like messaging Alex saying, I had this really cool idea and I've forgotten about it, I remembered what it was. And I literally said like the words thermal detonator to Alex, and he was like, I know what you're gonna say.
Cool.
It's like, yes, yes.
I liked how in the Mandalorian as well, they used the exact same thermal detonators as they used in the films, and the same sounds as well.
Yeah.
Like that was really cool.
Have you ever heard the Adam Savage thermal
Yes.
detonator story?
I
I've seen his video he did on Tested.
Yeah. The one where he was contacted by the FBI.
Yes, yes. What was
So-
it? He was sending emails or something?
So basically, what he was working for like Master Replica or something. He was doing a commission for Master Replica, and he was trying to make a replica of the thermal detonators from episode 1 or 2. And he rang somebody up to ask them a question about it. He rang the wrong person, and he was left a voicemail on this person's answer machine talking about a thermal detonator, and this person contacted the FBI saying this person's talking about thermal detonators. I think you should probably like look into this. So then Adam Savage gets a phone call from the FBI, and he's just like, "Hello, is this Adam Savage?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he said, "I'm Agent whatever or from the FBI, from something like the bomb technical experts at the FBI." And Adam Savage is like, "You're kidding, right?" He's like, "No, sir, I'm not." He's like, "Oh, what's this about?" And then he says, "Well, you accidentally left a message on somebody's answer machine talking about a thermal detonator. I've recently done some Googling or some searching and found out that a thermal detonator is a type of bomb from the film Star Wars. And I see that you are a prop maker and worked on Star Wars Episode 2, so I can only assume you're talking about a prop." And Adam's just was like, "Yeah." Yeah, I'm not actually planning to build a bomb or anything. And he says, "Well, that's about the quickest case I've ever solved," and just hangs up the phone.
God, could you imagine if then actually a large building gets blown up by something called called thermal detonator?
It's a good job he googled, because otherwise,
Googled.
like, yeah, because
Well,
otherwise,
SWAT just break into your house, yeah.
yeah, no, otherwise, I doubt if somebody's genuinely like a threat or something, the FBI will phone them up, going, "So I've heard you've been talking about this."
So
Hey,
so hey,
just checking.
please don't. That's illegal.
Wait, that's illegal.
That's illegal. Yeah, yeah. Now, you said you think lightsabers are cool, which they are.
Yeah.
I think we need more like variants, right? Because there's some really cool designs out there. A lot of it is Legends stuff, but then like you don't see a lot of the actual staves, the ones that
the staff in the is it the Old Republic cinematic?
Yeah.
no, it's the one the temple guards use,
Yeah,
the long stick,
yeah,
like the
one
lightsaber
is-
pole arm.
yeah. That one's cool.
But then there's others like there's lightsaber whips in Legends.
I think those are so
Light
stupid.
whips. They're dumb, but we need more weird dumb lightsabers.
You have a
The
lightsaber
lightsaber's
not
too
mace.
dumb, right?
Everything we
far.
need everything. Just take the lightsaber copters and replace those by
Can we not talk about? Oh,
what
I
the
forgot about.
Inquisitors?
the
So-
Inquisitors have lightsabers that have like a ring on the
Yeah,
hilt, and it allows the lightsaber bit to spin, and they use the fight, which is insane because you're gonna destroy yourself.
No, it's
But then
cool. For you to
discovered-
fight is cool. All right, I'm fine with that.
sure, but then at some point, it was in like one of the last episodes of season 2
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
2 in the near the Sith temple they go to. They just fucking show up using those spinning lightsabers as helicopter rotors, and they just fly with it. And it doesn't make any sense.
I discovered in the VR game Blade and Sorcery, if you install the lightsaber, like it's called the Outer Rim mod. If you get those Inquisitor lightsabers and like point it towards the ground and spin it, you can fly with it.
Yeah.
Damn it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But then they do cool. Like Ezra has a lightsaber that has a blaster in it for a little bit, which for some
Burst lightsaber.
reason, yeah, he makes a thing,
I
and then
like the Boba Fett's kneecap blaster.
Dude, those are so cool.
yeah. But then there's also a thing in Legends that's just like a lightsaber rifle, which is just a rifle that basically shoots like lightsaber blades, basically.
Isn't that just a blaster?
Yeah, but like stronger, I suppose.
Unblockable blaster.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff, and they just keep it so vanilla. I want to see. That's the thing. Like the new Fallen Order,
What
It's
about
great for customization, but we need more of it. It needs to get
the
fucking
the Witch King's mace, but a lightsaber version?
weird. I mean, yeah, yeah. There's what are those? You have them in real life. They're like those sort of knives that you hold, and it's like a ring. Do you know what I mean? Like a chakram or something.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Chakra.
Those are
Isn't that what Aang opens in Avatar?
this is chakra. No, yeah. So it's
I think Evie Fry uses them in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the DLC.
there you go. It's basically so if you have the Inquisitor's lightsaber, but that ring is the lightsaber.
Right.
That's the thing as well in Legends, I think.
A
somewhere.
lightsaber karambit.
Yes. Crimson Web.
A crimson
Lights-
web. A fade.
Yeah.
That's
CS:GO.
a CSGO joke for
CS:GO
anybody
knife,
that's
Nope.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we need more weird stuff. We need more cool weird stuff in Star Wars. There's a lot of stuff they can do if they just sort of just do it. Like, and
A
it's going in
lightsaber
that
shield.
direction. A lightsaber shield. Damn.
It's just like it's like a Roman shield, but at the front there's just a lightsaber that sticks out of it like that, so you can hit people with it. Or in fact, I was watching something the other day, and it's like it was a shield that there's kite shields.
Yeah.
So, but instead of it being like the teardrop, the point is down. You actually hold it so that you can like stab with it,
Stab
and then they actually make the end of it into a blade. So you could have
Like,
something like a shield like that, but then with a lightsaber at the end of it that you can stab with.
like Cap in Civil War,
Endgame.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
Sure.
Sure.
More things I've not watched.
I get lightsaber ends for my.
How's that? Huh? So, dude, there was a thing. We're just going on all the tangents here. There was a thing in Clone Wars, like a deleted scene of the what's that arc called on the planet with the big like force god things.
Mortis.
Mortis. There was a deleted scene that had Revan in it, which if they would have kept it in, then Revan would be canon. But they
Well, is Mortis the one with the father and the son?
Yeah. The father
yeah. During that scene where was it the scene where Anakin gets like a vision of him becoming Darth Vader?
Yeah.
It was either that scene or like a different one where like Revan shows up as like the bad guy behind the bad guy that's on Mortis, like even stronger Force dark side thing. And they removed it.
Revan is like semi-canon. I think it's episode 9.
Oh yeah, he was in the.
So that they name them Sith Legions. Sith. So
There was a statue of him as well, wasn't there?
yeah,
Or
I think-
something, or like some like carving or something somewhere.
Who's the one in what's it called in the Old Republic cinematics?
which one?
He's got like the half
That's-
mask.
That's Darth
Oh,
Malak.
no, that's the one from KOTOR. That one. I can't remember his name.
Malak. It's Malak, isn't it?
Malik is a different
Phantom of the Opera.
Malgus.
That's Darth. No, that's
one.
Darth
He's kind
Malak.
of- no,
M-A-L-A-K.
The one from Alex is talking about the cinematics.
Yeah, the one with the like the
He looks slightly
metal
different. It's
lower jaw.
Darth Malgus.
Oh, Gus.
Malik is from KOTOR.
Right, Malgus. There you go. He's a
Hello.
big boy, isn't he? Darth Malgus. Like
Yeah.
he's like big. Which so is Vader, but they don't show that in movies properly.
Vader's like 7 foot something, isn't he?
Yeah, the actor did.
Mhm.
7'1", I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
something like that.
Darth Malgus is 7 feet tall.
Like if you see Vader in other stuff, like in the like in Fallen Order, spoiler again, like in Fallen Order, like he is scary. He's a scary big
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And so like in Clone Wars as well, when he shows up there, he's like a big scary dude.
That
Spoiler
was
again.
spoilers. Really spoilers.
No. What else? There was something else where he shows up and it's like he's
Rebels?
really fucking scary. In Rebels, yeah. It's like, yeah, you're fucked now. Like Vader's here, you're going to die. And he just
Rogue
blows
One.
shit up. Rogue
Oh.
One, yeah, it's just he just blows shit up. He just destroys everything. He tears a fucking underwater base to bits just using the Force in Fallen Order. Like they don't show off just how fucking powerful he is.
The one thing that I hope that they wouldn't retcon from Episode 8 is the Holder maneuver.
Yeah.
Like the only good shot in all of the sequels.
Mm,
I just
I mean, we'll see. So there's going to be a new trilogy then.
Yeah,
Is that like a rumor, or has that been like?
no, with Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, but we don't know how many films it's going to be. They haven't confirmed.
We don't know how many films the next trilogy is going to be.
Yeah, so they said they might
Yep.
might be 5.
It's not a trilogy, mate.
I know.
Yeah, but Hitchhiker's Guide is a trilogy, and there's 5 books in that.
It's not a trilogy.
That doesn't make
It's still
sense.
called a trilogy.
It's not a
That's
trilogy.
wrong.
That's a saga.
That is a saga.
Called a trilogy. It goes with Douglas Adams, to be fair. But there we go. Anyway, moving
I
on.
just wonder if it's going to be set before or after the
Yeah, like is it going to
Skywalker
be?
saga.
Are we going to have prequels or sequels?
I think
Sequels,
if they'd done the original Duel of the Fates script for Episode 9, I think it would have been more difficult for them to do something after the after Episode 9.
I don't really want more Rey.
Nah.
Yeah, neither do
I don't care. It was fine. Daisy Ridley, good actress. I just don't care about Rey or any of the characters.
What about Rose?
I mean, I'm fine, but like, it's not. You know, you don't. It's a side character, right? I don't give a shit. It's just nothing really. There was nothing interesting going on in those movies. You know what? You know who I want to see? The dude who yelled "traitor." I want to see him.
I want to see more of
Porgs. I want to see more porgs. Porg Jedi. That's what I want.
what's the name of that guy? But the little
What's this?
thing
Little thing.
Porg. The porg.
Oh,
from Episode 9.
Oh yeah,
Babu Freak, yeah.
Babu
Yes.
Freak, yeah.
Yeah, Babu Freak.
turns out
Babu Freak is
bring
like the weirdest little character.
Yeah.
Bring back Babu Freak.
yeah.
Why don't we talk about why does Star Wars appeal to so why do people like Star Wars?
Apart from Hazel.
Oh, wait, Hazel included. Hazel, being from the outside, why do you think people like?
It's probably going on what we've talked about. It is fairly generic story-wise. Like
Yeah.
you can insert any single story, but you can also insert yourself into it as well, and you can draw parallels, and that's what really draws people in. Even if you can't go, I am a Jedi fighting in space with a lightsaber and defeating all the evils of the world. Like there's still parts that you can relate yourself to, or that you've been in situations in before.
I mean, I've definitely been in space fighting bad guys with a lightsaber.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Kid
same.
me was like, oh.
What does that mean?
We all make those
What
sounds.
does
We all,
that mean?
aren't those the sounds that everyone makes? Is that not how this works?
that?
You mean
Why you were doing
Alex,
R2D2
this
on
is literally
like?
what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the sound Alex made.
no, it wasn't.
Alex is like a like an R2D2 who is like going through puberty.
Oh. Oh.
That's more like Chewbacca.
Fair,
Beep, beep, boop.
fair. What were you saying before that
Why
happened?
does Star Wars?
Yeah,
appeal
what
to
do you like?
people?
I feel like it's what helps is that it was one of the first ones that did it right, and like it's difficult to if you want to do like a big sci-fi thing now, it's difficult to not copy off of Star Wars, right? Just like it's difficult to make a big or like have people think you copy it off of Star Wars,
Mm.
right? Just like if you want to do a big, a big fantasy thing, it's difficult to not be compared to Lord of the Rings, right? It was one of the first ones that got really big.
Which is weird because didn't Star Trek come about before Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Trek was in 1950s,
Yeah.
60s.
Maybe they
I
weren't
wasn't
ready.
around for back then, all right?
You
I,
weren't.
mean, I don't think Star Wars. I wouldn't call that sci-fi.
No, it's space opera.
Yeah, it's space opera. It's fantasy. Space
Oh, like it can be both, right?
can be, but I don't think it.
It
ever
also
is sci-fi.
took some common tropes and some things you've seen in other movies and put it in a sort of sci-fi space setting, right? Because you got the whole sort of like samurai sort of thing that the Jedi are. It had some very common story beats. It wasn't anything too crazy, but it was done right. And also, like, not to mention just how fucking insane the CGI and the set building and stuff was for that time.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean even
CGI,
now,
there barely was any CGI, but
but like even now, ILM is definitely one of the best
Yeah.
VFX houses out there.
Yeah, definitely.
ILM, Weta, and Double Negative are probably like the three big ones. Although not many people's heard of Double Negative.
Haven't heard.
They
of it.
did. They won the Oscar for Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, there you go. Alex hates that movie.
Finally seen that film, Alex. I love it.
Alex hates that movie.
Don't listen to these lies and slanders. I love that film.
Do you know there's Dutch actors in both the Blade Runner movies?
Yes, I'm aware. You don't like. You did nothing to help them, all right?
I did.
You can't take their credit.
I did.
Who's the Dutchie in?
Second one in 2049.
Yeah,
It is a woman. I believe it was like the main bad guy's like secretary or something, or like what's secretary?
what
Like
Wallace's replicant.
No, not the replicant. It was like his assistant.
He's a replicant, yeah.
No.
His assistant is a replicant.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong. Wait a second.
That is an interesting point, though, that we can bring up about Star Wars, though.
Who is Love in Blade Runner? Love.
That's
yeah,
his assistant.
that's the replicant.
Right, she's Dutch.
Yeah.
Right.
So, for Hazel, droids are completely sentient, living things, living in quotation marks. But no one cares about them. They don't have like a home, or they're just treated like, anything.
Yeah, that's never really mentioned anywhere, is it?
But they're definitely like sentient, fully sentient.
They're they have feelings and stuff and preferences.
Well, it's weird because sometimes it seems like they do, and sometimes they don't. Like R2D2, for example, definitely seems to have its own feelings and whatnot. But people treat other droids like
Now-
the droid arc in Clone Wars, the one that Alex doesn't like. Is it D Squad?
Yeah.
there's some sort of explanation for it. because in one of the episodes in Clone Wars, the whole plot point is that someone realizes that what is it? That R2's like
Anakin doesn't.
memory,
Yeah, he
R2's
doesn't wipe his
memory
memories
bank. Yeah, he doesn't wipe his memories,
after
which
every
is
mission.
yeah, which he's supposed to do to like prevent like malfunction and stuff. But then
Right.
that would also remove his like personality.
Yeah.
Right.
So all droids, especially like in like the military and stuff, get their memory wiped regularly,
Messed
Right.
up. It's so
which
messed
is
up.
fucking
Hmm.
messed up. Like imagine waking up one day and like, oh yeah, no, yeah, we need to clear all of your memory because you need to go to work. Like, what? No.
I mean, I understand it in the sense of the military droids, because if they've got like sensitive information on them, then it's fairly easy for people to.
It wasn't even that though. It wasn't about sensitive information. It was just about like it would create some sort of malfunction.
Right.
Like something about like I don't know exactly what it was, but it, there was something about it. I think that has something to do with it, but I don't know. Because then there's also like droids who just like have like jobs and just have a life. Like you have the bounty hunter droids,
Yeah.
right? They just like nobody owns them. They're just living beings.
Yeah.
Just live their
Like
life and do stuff.
IG-11 and IG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
like
weird.
yeah, yeah. But that's always like it's in a lot of sci-fi space stuff. That's so that's sort of talked about, but not really. Like Mass Effect does it as well, right? Where like AI are a big like controversial topic. Though it's not that big of a deal for some reason in Star Wars. They don't really, nobody really, because in Mass Effect it's like a thing of like people are afraid because what if an AI goes rogue and blah 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 blah. They don't trust them. But in Star Wars, it's just like they just accept that they're there and then just treat him like shit,
Hmm.
which is odd.
Mm.
Because the Mandalorian as well, like he doesn't trust droids. Din.
Yeah, but that's for a reason.
I mean, yes, but like because droids attacked his home planet, right?
Yep.
It's not. I can see why that would be a thing, but like, if humans would have attacked his planet, would he have not liked humans, right? Like, you know, if Ewoks would have killed his family, would he then hate all Ewoks? I guess he would. Like, where do you draw that line? You know, interesting. You know, philosophical, psychological conversation there.
But
Yeah, I'm
I would
getting
love that
iRobot
story. Yeah, exactly. Like iRobot, just like
Yeah,
never thought about these droids that are just like wandering about.
like Chappie.
No, not like Chappie, right? I despise
What are
that
they-
film.
What is
District
the point
11.
in
Destiny.
Mousebot?
In what?
Mousebot. Mouse droids.
The little cleaner droids, yeah. No,
Are they
Cleanup
cleaner
droids. Are they cleanup droids?
yeah. Yeah. Like trash droids.
I always figured they'd be like mail or something. Or some like delivery sort of thing.
Hmm. No, because they just use a hologram.
Yeah, but they said they need to get the physical stuff places somewhere sometimes, right? Like they like bring mail to places. You see that in the it happens in Rebels and stuff as well, where they like where they they bring iPads around as like a delivery thing, which is kind of weird.
Hmm.
Like so, I think it was like cadets in
Star Wars
Well, yeah,
science
sorry.
makes no sense, right?
it makes no sense at
It's like
all.
futuristic, but not.
Yeah,
Just, yeah, really crap future.
yeah,
Somehow,
and like
like travel across the stars, but can't send like a communications file.
there's no technological advancement in like thousands of years as well.
No one has a phone. Well,
Nobody,
they,
you know, no.
Oh, they have comlinks, so
they have comlinks, yeah, but everyone has a phone though.
But the rules for comlinks change as well. Like, sometimes it's only like a walkie-talkie thing, and sometimes you can talk to people all across the galaxy, and sometimes you have to send someone like a physical thing for them to look at a thing, to look at a hologram. They don't, and this is minor stuff, but like that goes into the other stuff, because sometimes they set a rule for something, and then someone else sets another rule, and then technically they're both correct, but it doesn't make any sense.
Holograms suck. They
It-
make no sense.
The question that I've been wondering is Palpatine's right-hand man in the Senate.
The weird dude with the big
Masamida,
blobby
his name.
things.
Yeah.
Masamida.
There you go.
Is he in on the
Gross.
fact that is
Thank you,
he in the fact that Palpatine is the Emperor?
No.
He just doesn't care.
Yeah, I think
Because
it's just one of those like weird
I-
corrupt dudes who wants power.
I don't understand how Palpatine does all of the Emperor stuff.
He just he
And,
goes
like,
goes
he
away.
doesn't
You
know.
know. But
Sith
we're
in-
going on holiday.
Yeah.
Be back in a couple of days. Don't worry about this guy. Looks like me, and
Yeah.
shoots lightning out of his hands.
Sir, someone said they spotted you at the battle for Mandalore. What were you?
No, wasn't
chilling.
me. No.
Wasn't me. Some other dude who looks exactly like me.
So
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just-
know.
I'm
He had a
just
red
gonna go-
lightsaber and shot.
I'm just going to go play space golf.
Yeah. Space resorts. Wait,
By
is
Scotland, you know.
Palpatine space Trump?
Yeah, but smart, right?
Yeah, but actually smart. Yeah. Yeah, and Trump was deformed before he got any power.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's weird. But I mean, look at real life, what people could get away with without anyone noticing. Right?
Yeah.
And then especially when you're like the most powerful space wizard, the most powerful evil space wizard, and you're protected by the magic of plot.
Yeah.
Um,
The fact
Yeah.
that like none of the Jedi could sense Palpatine.
the Jedi ain't shit.
Hey, that's explained, right? Palpatine is hiding his presence. The Jedi are weak. That's it.
Jedi are weak at that point. Which is another again, like, why are you focusing on that period of time when the Jedi are at their weakest? Give me a fucking giant. Give me the fucking what's the
Force
bell?
Unleashed.
What's the bell in Lord of the Rings called? The big
Which
one.
one?
Battle
Just
for
a big
him.
one.
Battle of Pelennor Field.
Yeah.
Yes, give me that, but just fucking Jedi versus Sith.
I
That's
agree.
basically what me and Alex want to do.
God, that'd be so cool. Like the remains of the battlefield you see in Rebels, by the Sith temple.
This temple.
Where you see the Inquisitor helicopter things. That's the whole thing. That's another thing that really pissed me off. That's like the remains of this battlefield with like dozens, if not hundreds, of dead Jedi and Sith there, and they sort of they find that out by the fact that they find a bunch of lightsabers. They just leave all of those lightsabers there. Like, what are you doing? Take them all. Give them to your rebellion and let them fight with it.
No.
You know?
Don't just
What?
give out lightsabers.
Even if that's not what you're gonna do, you
Isn't that what
fucking
they
take
do?
them.
Isn't that what they basically just give out lightsabers to the Jedi Temple Guardians? Like none of them are their own lightsabers. They're just
don't
they're
need
just
to have
given
the-
to them.
Yeah, but
You
they're
don't
still.
need to have the Force to wield a lightsaber.
You do. They've worded it
Grievous?
effectively.
I mean, Sabine.
But
has-
Grease is a. Yeah, but she's taught how to fight, and she's never fights a real Jedi.
No, but that's not the point. I'm not saying fight like Sith with it. You're a rebellion going against the Empire. What do you want? A bunch of dudes who just have guns, or you want a bunch of dudes who have space swords?
Yeah, but only.
You don't-
Here's the thing: space swords are cool. Space guns beat space swords.
Yeah,
In this
but
context, because you can't defend against
Would you rather have both a space gun and a space sword, or just a space gun? Why? I'm just saying, there's no
Wielding.
good reason to not
Dual
take them
wield,
with
yeah.
you. Even
Yeah.
if the only reason is so that fucking your enemies don't get to them. You know, because spoiler for that episode, but the Empire finds out about that planet, right? So what do you think the Empire's going to do? No, we're just going to leave these here. Fuck that. No, they're going to take them and they're going to do anything with it. If only for like a power source or whatever. You don't just leave hundreds of lightsabers chilling, lying around there. You take them. You fucking take them. Sorry. That was rad.
They're like super priceless as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
Especially since they're like hundreds of years old.
yeah.
Like dozens of years old or something. Relics.
Didn't you say that people make their own lightsabers as well?
Yeah.
So couldn't they be the equivalent of like a badge of honor or something, or like a...
Well, that's what what's his name is, right? Oh my god, do you think no, wait, he's dead. Never mind. I was gonna say, do you think words the dude with the arms, the robot, Grievous. Do you think Grievous ever found that planet and just like jizzed?
You know what? So I love the memes that have come out of him like going after lightsabers and stuff.
yeah.
So spoiler to episode 9. The main villain throws his lightsaber into the ocean, and then we just see this character come along and dive into it after get his lightsaber.
Because his whole thing is that he collects lightsabers off of Jedis that he kills.
He's the one with 4 arms that you can spin like a helicopter, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, you know, I would give up my entire like biological body to be able to do that.
I wouldn't. If I'm honest.
It was my brother's favorite character to play whenever he forced me to play Star Wars with him,
Oh.
and then hated me when I was Han Solo and defeated him.
It only takes 1 bullet though, so
It was several in episode 3. Like Kenobi shoots him like 3 times in the chest.
Yeah, but it wasn't civilized. Not a civilized weapon.
yeah, so uncivilized.
It was a precise weapon for a more civilized time.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. And we could go for hours, I think, but I think this was a good indication that this is definitely something we can keep up, right? So maybe we should think about doing this more regularly and a bit more structured.
Yep.
Because we literally talked about one of the shows on the list.
Yep.
Spiral Out of Control, which was kind of what I was hoping would happen. But yeah, if this has shown anything, I think it shows that we can do maybe more Star Wars stuff.
Before we go,
If people are interested, if people want to see that, we could maybe make this a regular thing, and get some like input of people for maybe like topics to talk about or something.
We should always have. We should get somebody who's clueless about Star Wars. If we
We should get Adam Savage on here.
Hazel, before we go,
Someone call him.
have we convinced you of our rambling to watch Star Wars? Okay, first, does it sound interesting in a very loose way? And then is it interesting enough for you to go and watch it?
It's not something I'd go and watch on my own. Like, I'm not sitting here going, I have to go and watch all the episodes and read all the books and everything. But if we ever meet up in person again, ever in the world, and somebody's like, oh, let's put on Star Wars or something, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Hazel, I'm going to hold you to that, all right?
He's gonna hold you. That's what he's gonna say.
next
to force you to watch it.
Next meet when COVID is finally free. Instead of sticking.
Well, at that point, we live in Star Wars. At that point, we are in a galaxy far, far away. A long time ago. Wait.
Instead of Alex sticking on a Lord of the Rings every night. It would be him sticking on Star Wars.
You know what,
I'm okay
Alex?
with that. I'm okay
At
with
that
either.
point, if you were to stick on Star Wars in the middle of the night, I wouldn't tape you to the TV and throw you out the window like a frisbee. Bit of an inside joke.
Yeah, but Kuhn, aren't you just a bigger Star Wars, a Lord of the Rings fan as you was a Star Wars fan?
Not anymore. Star Wars has definitely overtaken it the past months, if not weeks. I know some stuff about Lord of the Rings as well, but no, yeah, I definitely say that Star Wars takes the cake. It's been doing great. It's such a good time to be a Star Wars fan.
Yeah. Although,
Lots to look forward to.
is it the new Amazon show? Is that still this year? Or is that being pushed back to next year?
I think it's supposed to be.
I don't know. I'm just not very. I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical. It's just like Star Wars is easy to do. It's easy to do Star Wars right. It's easy to do it wrong. It's easy to do Star Wars right. Like pleasing Star Wars fans can be very easy.
I agree.
Sam
Yeah.
just started pissing it down here.
Yeah. It's
It's been heavy snow since we started.
Making stuff that
Oh, you get snow.
Lord of the Rings fans actually like that's going to be difficult. Because if you've listened to this and you think, wow, there's a lot of lore to Star Wars, like I don't think even fucking what's his name, Tolkien knows all the lore. Well, he's dead, but he did at the point where they actually released stuff. I don't think he actually knew all the lore.
No,
it's
he was
like
still basically writing it, but the amount of lore that
it's
like just himself wrote.
It's a whole you need a whole big old group of scholars to figure that shit out because it's insane, and it's all like it's not even just like written down. Normally, it's just there's notes and there's like stuff written in the margins, and like the story evolves as like the years go by. So it's yeah. Anyway, Star Wars. So if people like this, we'll maybe do it regularly. But for now,
yeah.
As
next
Ben Swallow says, more.
yes. For now, I think in 2 weeks we're gonna do just a regular old podcast again. Maybe about I don't know what about. We'll see.
Cool.
We'll see. Let's do that about politics.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Or not. We'll see.
Me, Alex, and Chris could do a Stormlight.
No. Oh.
And I'll be the
Clueless.
the clueless one. Yeah. We'll see.
We can't do that because Woody's got like so much to catch up on.
And I'm the furthest ahead in.
Yeah.
We'll talk, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Bye. Thank you
Bye.
guys for being
Bye.
here. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching.
Are we?
Oh,
are we
I think we're gonna rate Graham. I think
Yeah,
Yep.
we are.
someone can
He's-
set that up.
I don't know how to do raid.
Ready?
I don't know. He's doing a makers and crafting.
Ooh,
I can't
it's
remember
like
what
a
he said. He
Gundam
was
rolling, right?
Let me double check.
Like Legos, maybe. Interesting.
Graham
Maybe.
is Gundam Wednesday.
There you go.
He's building a pair of arms for the MGEX Unicorn Gundam.
Gungan.
See, that's what I thought. Yep, there you go. He's building a Gungan. As this weird spam bot joins our chat, make sure to go watch Graham, and yeah, we'll see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye.